Okay. Did I prep an opening? No, I did not. Let's start the clock, and here we go. Okay. Game on, match on between Daniel Naroditsky and Magnus Carlsen. A lot's going to depend on Daniel's openings. I think Magnus is a favorite. He's at home, so he, of course, that definitely helps him. I think, as I said before, everything depends on the start. If Daniel gets off to a fast start, Daniel can win this match. If Daniel gets off to a shaky start, which is what I'm already sort of seeing with e5 incoming and knight b6, knight c4, it could get ugly fast. Could get ugly fast. Yeah. Get b5 here, bishop g2 back, a4 at some point. Maybe just trade. Daniel's time usage not great, not horrible. That looked really bad from Daniel, by the way. This is not the first game you want. Yeah, this is not the first game you want. Yeah, this is not the first game you want. And it's what I said, if Daniel gets off to a bad start, it's going to be pretty ugly. Bishop f6, bishop d4, not hard. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. If Daniel gets off to a really bad start, queen d4, ooh, very cheeky from Daniel. He sacks the queen, but rook a8 or h5, rook f1, of course, knight e3, probably. He goes queen b8. Wait, well, there's some tricks here. Wait. Nah, there are no tricks. Just rook d8. Rook a1, GG. Yeah. Yeah, rook f1 or queen. The order doesn't matter here. Yeah. No volume? Where? What do you mean no volume? No volume on where? No volume where? You guys hear the sound? Yeah. Okay, Daniel playing d4. Like I said, I was critical of Daniel playing this Jobava London. I'll tell you why I was critical. Because to me, sorry, no, it's Magnus playing. Never mind. Wait a sec. Never mind. Okay, rook b8. Yeah, volume is good. Okay. Did Daniel mouse slip with rook b8? I think he did. I think he meant to go rook e8 and he made a mouse slip. I think he mouse slipped. Based on his reactions, like, ugh, you saw the reaction there. Okay, they changed. So let me change here. There we go. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Yeah. All right. Queen f3 and knight g5 maybe. Daniel needs to pick up the speed though. Daniel's speed not great here at the start. King h8 maybe, just king h8 sidestep. F3, queen d4, king h8. Now there is f3 because the rook covers d4. Yep, and Daniel blundered. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. Daniel off to a very bad start here, down 14 seconds and what? Yeah. Yeah, oh, the timer's cut off. Sorry, let me adjust the timer. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. I was worried that if Daniel gets off to a bad start, and we're seeing exactly that. We got the Belgrade Gambit here from Daniel. I mean, it's not like the match is over. Daniel's got a good position here, by the way. This is a good position. I don't like the trade into the end game against Magnus specifically. Like, Daniel's a player who's very good at tactics. Going to an end game here, I don't like it. I just don't like it. And I mean, I think again. Oh, Magnus blundered. Wait, he blundered. Still might be a draw. It's still probably a draw, but Daniel's got to win games like this if he's going to win the match. Oh, okay. Daniel's going to get a win. Knight f4. Bishop e3 or something. Yeah. Okay, Daniel gets on the board 2-1. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. Daniel really needed that win because, like, I mean, now at least he feels like he's in the match. He feels like he's got chances. Maybe queen b6. Yeah, queen b2 loses to knight a4, by the way. Maybe c5. I would have played c5 there. c5. I would have played c5 on a number of moves there. Magnus thinking here, which is interesting. Yeah, d5, very thematic Daniel Naroditsky move. Knight e4, and now it's kind of game on. It's game on. Knight e7, another good move from Daniel. Knight c6, another good move. Trade and queen g6. See, this is what I'm saying. If Danny gets off to this kind of the start. Oh, but there is bishop h4. Oh, did Magnus trick him? He did. Because rook d7, there's bishop b5. Bishop e4, I assume. Rook c8. Okay, I like what Danny is doing here. Rook c8. Rook c8. Wait, rook f3? No, rook f3. Rook f3. And rook g8. Rook f6, I think, was winning. Bishop f3. e6. King f8. No, bishop b5. Danya, no, there's bishop b5. Rook g6. Oh, take the bishop. No. Oh my god, what the heck? What the heck? How did he not take the bishop? Oh, that's, yeah, how does Danny not take the bishop? How did Danny not play rook takes bishop on f6? What the heck? Yeah, that's very sag. I don't know how he didn't take the bishop. That was bizarre. He must have thought he had a forced checkmate. Yeah, that's a huge miss. Huge miss. But Danny's got a good position in this game, actually. a3 maybe takes f4 g4. I mean, it's a very standard Daniel kind of game. He likes these positions with a quick attack. Rook b1, of course. Yeah. Knight d4, of course. Yeah, the fact that Dan is playing all the moves that I like is, it's a good sign for him very early on. Wait, was there a win there? It felt like there was a win somewhere in there. Knight b5, excellent move. Knight d6 and d4. e5, king d3, rook e1, maybe f4 even somewhere. Maybe rook e1. I would go rook e1 here. Yeah, Daniel is actually, he's finding the moves, like he's playing the moves that I like, which is a very good sign for him. Knight f7, of course. Knight f7, knight h6 should just be winning. No, wrong order. Wait, no, Daniel, no. Knight g4 and h7. King e2. There's check and then king c3. I mean, Daniel's up a lot of time here. He should win this game. You gotta go, Daniel. Move. Oh, okay, 3-2. Daniel could be ahead in this match, but the fact that Daniel's in it, this is as good of a start as he could have asked for, realistically. Yeah, Magnus is too slow at the end at some critical moments. He is, but I mean, I feel bad for Daniel because he should have won that previous game too. Like, he should be ahead here, but let's see what we get. Yeah, Magnus is home. Like I said, they delayed the start so that Magnus could get home in time. d5. Ay. He's trying to go knight c5. Queen f5 maybe. I would go queen f. Okay, Daniel plays it. Yeah, knight d7 only move. e4. Queen f3. Queen f3. Wait. Whoa. This is getting messy. Whoa. Wait, it's getting tricky here. Rook d8. Bishop f8. King. Oh, you're not in time, are you? You're not in, your king can't get over in time. Yeah, your king can't get over in time. Yeah, bishop rook e5. Yeah. Your king doesn't get over. I want this match to be close. I basically want it to be close so that Danny has a chance. Because if Danny gets off to a bad start, like I said, he's gonna lose. But he's not off to a horrible start here. Bishop g4. Oh, Daniel, come on, dude. Knight d6. Oh, Oh my god, Danny just cheesed him right back. 95. He missed knight takes c4. Wow. Okay, this is a Daniel special. Daniel loves these positions. So there's queen h5, which he missed, and now gotta pick up the speed, Daniel. You gotta keep the rhythm going. But now you can just take and go knight g4. What's he doing? Yeah, it's too much. Yeah. Nah, he's gonna lose this game too. I mean, I'm surprised that Magnus didn't trade the taken bishop h4. Oh wait, no, there's knight f6 back. Never mind. e1, rook e3, king e2, knight c3. Yeah, rook g5, great move. Knight d6 takes, check here. Knight e7 takes, rook g3. It's an end game. h4. I would have played h4 there. h4, gotta go h4. He doesn't now. Danny has chances to win these end games. He does. Rook a8. Rook b1. Oh, it's gonna be a draw. Okay, I know that's good or bad. I'm good. Yeah, it was a very good save for Danny. He should have lost that game. I mean, that kind of offsets some of the other games for sure. Knight c4, I assume. Yeah, of course. Bishop b5, queen b8. Maybe queen b7 here, and then like queen c6 or something. Danny's rook b8, maybe rook b8. He wants to go rook d. He could have taken the pawn at e4, I think. I would just go rook d8 and sack and go c5 c4. Bishop a2, maybe bishop c4 back. He's gonna take and he's gonna try to push the a pawn. Queen b3 and a3 a2. Tricky, very tricky from Daniel. Very tricky. Bishop b3 maybe. Yeah, bishop b3 and a2. What's the idea? Oh, whoa. Bishop h6 and bishop c1. Wait, bishop c1 or just take. Okay, we have a game on our hands. Bishop e3 and h4. Very important move here. Yeah, Daniel should win this game. He's up 10 seconds. He really should win this game. Bishop e3 maybe, or g5 is fine. Back. Bishop b5, king d6 and just take, and now you just cheese him. What is Daniel doing here actually? Oh, what the heck? Oh, Danya. Oh, Danny boy, what was that? Oh, Danny boy, what was that? You gotta win those. Yeah, you gotta win those. You gotta win those, Danya. Yeah, he threw that one. He threw really hard. He threw that so hard. But I will say this, like, I mean, did Magnus just blunder? Rook d1 and knight e4, knight c5, queen e4, or queen d3. This should be good for white, but I don't quite know why. Bishop a6 though. Oh, can you sack and go knight d7? Is there rook a8 here? There's rook a8 and knight d7 maybe. Will he find it? I think rook a8 knight d7 is a draw. Yeah, you got to go for it. Come on, Dan, just take the rook. How does he not see it? What's he doing? What? Yeah, weird. I don't know what that was from Danya. I think that's match. Maybe not match. Still 15 minutes, but unless Danny gets hot here, I don't see it happening. Those last two games completely swung the match. Yeah. Those last two games, E5. Yeah, those last two games completely swung this match. Yeah. No, but if Magnus plays like this against Alireza, he will lose. Alireza will beat him if he plays like this. But when you can play like this and win, it's like you just hope then that you can play better in the next match. I don't think it's intimidation. Magnus is home now. Like I said, the match was supposed to be earlier and they delayed it. So yeah, Magnus is able to get home. Okay. Probably knight d4, knight d6 or something, or maybe queen d4, knight d6 here. Maybe you got to go though. Daniel's up a pawn, but he's too slow. Bishop g3. That was a mistake by Magnus. King h8, queen f2, GG. Okay, back to two. Come on, Daniel, let's go. Well, I do the 100K first prize is $20,000. Yeah, I like Daniel's position, and again, another very classical Daniel style position, like rook e1, very classical. Queen g4, maybe he goes rook e8, knight f6, maybe g4 or queen f4. Now Magnus is going to unwind it with rook e8, not rook e8 here, because then queen d6 doesn't quite work, I guess. Trade and then queen b8, of course. Maybe knight d1, knight e3, or knight e2, queen a8. Not really sure how Daniel expects to win this. Drawn, okay. Yeah, I'm not shocked by the draw there, but let's see what we get here. Okay, pretty standard Gucci piano here, very normal stuff. I had this against Noterbeck in some tournament recently in India. Probably takes knight d4, maybe. Yeah, logical move. Rook b1, of course, or a5, both are good. Rook b5, a3, probably like, I don't know, like f6 or g6 or something. Queen d6 back, of course, and probably just king h7. Okay, it goes rook a5, b5, maybe b5 is incoming here. b5, maybe just b5. B5, come on, Danny, just do it. TikTok. Queen e6 or queen d7 now. Maybe queen f2. He spots it. Back, I'd go back. Danny's a little bit too slow here. Yeah, he's a little bit too slow. Just go back to c7. Got to pick up the speed, Danya. Or d6 maybe. Yeah, he's too slow here. Rook a8. Now Danya's just too slow. Queen f5 and queen c8, and the queen gets in. Queen's getting in here. Rook a8. Yeah, or maybe not quite. Takes queen. You can't go queen f7 still. Queen f7. Queen f7 only move. Check. No, c7 wins. Nah, nope. What I would say about the final is this: if Magnus, I assume that if Magnus plays like this, I'll be playing Alireza in the final. If Magnus ups the level, I think that I'll be playing him. I would say that if Magnus plays like this, I think that Alireza is going to beat him. But if you play like this, it's the same thing as I was saying when I play badly against in some of the early matches. Like, as long as you can play better in the match, it really matters. That's when it really counts. But Daniel has had chances in this match, definitely. Probably f3 and c3. Okay, he's gonna go c3 next move, I guess. Rook e1 is c3, but now they're maybe f6 isn't a move. Magnus wants to go f6 here. Yeah, these moments like this where Daniel just double clutches are exactly why he's down in the match. He's just double clutching. He's using too much time. Knight g4. Okay, I mean, maybe knight f3, take and just Daniel's just never, he usually isn't this, like, he's too what's the word, h3 and move the king, takes, he's too hesitant. And if rook d1, there's bishop e2. Yeah, this is getting kind of, d3 might work. No, it doesn't. You have rook e8. You have rook e8 and check. Yeah, there's no way to win. He's gonna just make the draw now. Yeah, there's no way to win. Make the draw. Just make the draw, Danny. Just make the draw. Yeah, just make the draw. Save time. It's not over, but I think Danny's gonna need to win. He's gonna need to win a game and get the momentum here. That's what he needs. If Danny can somehow get it to overtime, I think Danny's gonna win the match. Even if he's down by 1, I think he's gonna win. But he needs to get it to overtime here. Probably I don't like that. Bishop g5, g4 is a little bit ugly. g5 or f4, maybe knight d7, rook c4 or rook c2, knight g4, queen g3, probably just bishop f8 then. But Danny's got to make a move here. You can't spend all your time. Okay, takes and then knight g4 with queen b6. Yeah, queen b6. Why is he thinking queen b6? Instant move. Just take, just move, Dan, just move. It's gonna be another draw. Yeah, Magus fair play doesn't play to run the clock down. Well, at this stage there's too much time left. I would say the only time that running down the clock really matters is inside the final 5 minutes. Oh, speak of the devil, someone's basically saying Magus is gonna like burn 30 seconds right on cue. Right on cue, as someone says Magus doesn't do this, Magus isn't Hikaru. Sure enough, he does exactly that. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Yeah. Yeah, right on cue. Right on cue. But I think generally until you're inside 5 minutes, I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. Generally, that's what I would say. Okay, castles, knight g6. Okay, all very standard. Magus is doing the Hikaru. Yes, he is trying to be like that streamer. Bro thinks he's Hikaru. Exactly. H5 h4 is already off to a very bad start. He's gonna get 95 and h4. Too much stuff. By the way, Magus played the same e5 stuff that he did against Gucci Reza in the Grand Chess Tour. It's interesting to note that he did the same thing. Yeah, I think this is GG, by the way. No, Daniel's chance was when he was down when he was down 2 and he was winning that game on time, and then he messed it up and lost. Or he was even down 2. He might have only been down 1. That early game where he was up a bunch of time and he had the 2 bishops versus the rook, that was the game that sort of turned everything in the wrong direction. That's what really messed it up for Daniel. Yeah, if he had won that game, everything could be completely different. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be GG. That's GG. Yeah, I mean, there was one moment, that was the one moment that Daniel had a chance, but he's just down a pawn in an end game here, and it's just like, you're never gonna save this, or not save this, but you're never gonna win this, and Magus is gonna eat up the whole clock. That's the worst part about this thing. Like, Daniel probably can't save this, and Magus is going to eat up the next like 2 minutes on this game as well. Magus has to win 4 matches to win the whole thing. He has to beat Daniel, he has to beat Ali Reza, and then he has to beat me twice because I'm in the winner's bracket. So he has to win 4 matches if he's going to win the whole event. It's that simple. Probably h4 here, f5. Okay. Yeah, gonna be GG. Next match is gonna be next match will be starting at 150 in 26 minutes. 26 minutes is the next match between Ali Reza and Magnus Carlsen. That's the next match. So pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. So, all right. Magnus wins. He's up by 5. That's GG. Yeah, that's GG. Yeah. Yeah, Daniel's chance was that early game. There were 2 early games. There's the one where rook takes f6 with the 2 rooks versus the rook and the 2 bishops. That was the one, and the other one was the game where he had the 2 bishops versus the rook. Those 2 games go the other way. I think Daniel, I mean, I still think he probably loses this match, but that makes a difference. I'll refresh the page. Maybe it's lagging. I don't know. Let me refresh. Yeah. So, all right. Don't call him Gucci Reza, call him Fashion Icon. Same thing. Ali Reza lost to me, but he has a chance to redeem himself. He has to play Magnus Carlsen again. Assuming Magnus doesn't like flub this. I mean, there are 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, left in the match. I mean, that's all that's left. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Daniel has to win every game here, just to be clear. Daniel must win every game. And Daniel's too slow again. He's down 10 seconds, just too slow. Yeah, Queen B8. Oh, Rook C8. Oh, so dirty. And Magnus is going to burn the clock. He just burns the clock out to make it so Daniel doesn't have any chance. That's so dirty. He just burns it out there. And now it's over. Yeah, there's no way, because Daniel's got to move instantly to win every game. Just no chance. Yeah. Nihal was invited, but apparently he declined. Yeah. Yeah, Nihal was apparently invited, but he chose not to play. I don't know why. He never burns the clock. Yeah, except when he just did. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, D5 only move, I think, to close the diag. Plays H6. D5, check. King H1. Yeah. Is Magnus still in Barcelona? No, he is back in Norway. They delayed the rounds by an hour so he could get back to Norway. We have Rook E4 here, Queen D3, Rook E8, Rook F2, maybe Knight D4, but you're gonna lose anyway. Nah. Yeah, so it's gonna be Ali Reza versus Magnus. It's the matchup everyone wants to see. Magnus could 240. He could wait out an entire game. Yes, he could. Absolutely, he could. If Magnus beats Ali Reza, I play him. Yes, but either way, someone has to beat me in 2 matches. And I think if I play well, I mean, if I play well and someone beats me twice, the hats off to them. Oh, Queen G4 is a nice move too. Queen G6 and oh, yeah, it's GG. Yeah. Poof, brutal, rough. Yeah, it's just over. It's gonna come down to Magnus and Ali Reza as expected. Yeah. My match will be, I believe, at 250. Ding and Nepo are not considered to be great bullet players. They might have been invited, but they just declined. So yeah. See, we get Knight E8 or B4, Knight D3. Like, it's just all. Oh, but wait, no, there's Bishop A7. Wait. Okay, I think Daniel's gonna get one back here at the end, but yeah, Daniel's gonna get one back here. Probably Rook C1 or Rook C1. EF3, Rook C5. Okay, just takes Knight D2. Yeah, Daniel's gonna get one back here, but it's too little too late. Bishop B5 and Bishop F4. Yeah, Magnus is probably gonna, I mean, there's no need to run it down, but the E3. Bishop B3, Rook D1, Rook B2, Rook C1, Rook C2. I would go Rook C1, Rook C2 here. Rook C1, Rook C2. Yeah, finally Daniel spots Rook C2. It's like a little bit late for that, but I mean, it doesn't matter. The match is over. Probably F3 and Bishop D3, Rook C1, Bishop E2, and just move the rook somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, Magnus is going to use up all the time here. Not that he needs to, but he will. Yeah, now Magnus will run it down. It doesn't really matter, but only one more game. Yeah. Yeah. If I play Magnus, Magnus has to beat me twice. So, yeah. Magnus doesn't want to lose that elo. Yeah, I mean, if he could have run out the time, then yeah, but he couldn't. He couldn't run out the time. No. Yeah. So yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this match. So I'm gonna go get a little bit of food. I think I'm gonna refill my coffee. With a big match coming up, in about 20 minutes between. How mad is Dan? I don't think Dan can really be that angry because it wasn't like he missed many opportunities. There were just two windows. There were two specific games that he should have won that he ended up messing up. One he drew when he should have won like 95% of the time plus, and the other one he also probably should have won, I would say 90% plus. So I don't think Magnus is actually playing all that well. He's playing fine, but relatively speaking, when you look at the games, I don't think he's playing out of this world in this match. He's played well, but Danya has missed a couple of opportunities. So I mean, Danny can't be super upset because it's really two games made the difference in terms of the form. No, I don't have to win twice. I only have to win once because I won the winner's bracket. So yeah, I mean, I think that there was also the draw that he resigned as well, but it's like the odds are so, I mean, the opportunities are so limited. It's not like he had like 4. If he had like 5 opportunities, I think you should be upset, but with limited opportunities, I wouldn't be. Yeah, rook e4, rook h7 maybe. Okay, this is just over. Yeah. I don't think Danny can be super upset. Rook e8, it's stalemate. That's hilarious. Rook e8 is stalemate. That's comical. Just like rook f8. Under promote to a knight. Under promote to a knight. What? Does Magnus not know how to promote with control? That's stalemate. Okay, Magnus finally just gets fed up and makes a draw. That's hilarious. That's pretty funny. Magnus, yeah, you just hold alt and you under promote. But I mean, it's the last game, so you can't, I mean, it really doesn't matter anyway, but it's just, yeah, you hold alt and you under promote.
And before we see Magnus get that chance, we are going to bring in none other than Daniel Naroditsky for an interview. Danya, sorry that this match didn't go your way. I mean, you impressed so many people along the way. I know it must be tough just to be on the back of an elimination here, but are you glad that you played, and how are you feeling about your overall level?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Obviously, I'm really sad to be eliminated and not to have an outside shot at the top 3.
Daniel actually looks sad. He looks
more
sad.
than happy I played. It was really an honor to participate in the tournament. My like minimum goal was to not make a fool of myself, maybe beat a couple of good players, and I knew that realistically, if Magnus and Hikaru play in the best conditions, I don't have much of a chance against them, and they did. And I gave them a really good fight. I think even this match was pretty close. If a couple of games had gone my way,
this match was close.
This could have been, you know, a 1 or 2 point match. So I'm really proud of the way that I fought against them. You know, I'm not. I've got nothing to be embarrassed about. I lost to Magnus and Hikaru, and you know, I'm more than happy to take my hat off. These two players are just otherworldly.
Yeah.
And I really had the time of my life. So any bullet tournament like this, sign me up. I'll be the first in line.
Anya, you obviously, as you said, have nothing to be embarrassed about at all. Losing to Hikaru Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen is a good thing to write home about. But for so many people, you have so many fans, they watch you play, they watch you dominate other people on stream where you are just worldly. You are otherworldly. You are in a class above the majority of human beings who play chess, especially in Bullet. So if you don't mind, what is the thing that separates Magnus and Hikaru a little bit? If it's not just one thing, but in the experience of playing them, what did you feel allows them to just pull away in those big moments?
I think Magnus and Hikaru are two different beasts. So the formula that makes each one of them great, I think, is a little bit distinct. But without delving too deeply into you know the particulars of what distinguishes the two, I'll take Magnus because I spoke about Hikaru a little bit in yesterday's interview. In terms of Magnus, I think it's, you know, 3 or 4 different things that he does better than anybody else on the planet. I mean, first of all, what Magnus and Hikaru both have in common are openings. Like, I am not a professional player. I don't study openings. I don't have a 7-person team preparing files for me. And when they take matches seriously, like Magnus did today, and they play their main repertoire, their understanding of the positions that they're most comfortable with are off the charts. Like, they will make a move in 1 second that I very likely wouldn't be able to come up with in a classical game. It's also the consistency. Magnus today was able to avoid one move blunders, and the blunders he did make were mostly like a pawn or maybe an exchange. And it's very important not to not blunder, because that's not possible, but to make sure the blunders you make don't immediately get you to a lost position. That was the difference between our two blunders, right? Not all blunders are created equal.
True.
So there was that consistency, and of course the speed is really unbelievable. I'm fast in time scrambles, right? Like I'm fast in a rook versus rook situation, but in the early middle game, the speed with which Magnus makes decisions in critical moments is crazy. Like my mouth literally falls open, and it really is just an honor to be on the receiving end of that, and to play in a way that allows Magnus to bring out that strength. So I was happy that, you know, that I forced him to do that. But when these two players are in their best form, it's literally like playing an engine. It's almost indistinguishable.
Danya, I mean, we love to hear that. I mean, the admiration and respect you have for them.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And I just want to note that you smiled when you got your first victory against Magnus. Very few people on this planet can say they've beaten Magnus in any time control. But what does that moment feel like?
Well, it's a moment that I'm gonna, you know, tell my grandkids about, and I'm gonna make clear that I got crushed by Magnus 99% of the time that we played. But just the feeling of beating the greatest player who's ever lived in the history of humankind is already something that I'm going to hang my hat on, especially because, again, I wear many hats. I don't study chess anymore with any kind of regularity. And I think some people kind of expect me to go toe-to-toe against Magnus and Hikaru, which is a little bit absurd. From my perspective, I'm just happy when I give them a fight. And when you're able to win a game, it gives you a big rush. Like, it just gives you a lot of confidence, and particularly a game in which I managed to outplay him, which there were only a couple in this match. But each one of them is something that that I'm going to remember many years down the line. So it really does mean a lot if you can get them to sweat a little bit.
You definitely do make them sweat, and you did in this event. Danya, I have a question from featured chat. We've got username R1P Jack wants to know, if you could play Magnus again in a few hours, what would you do differently, if anything?
Well, I would definitely check 1e4 a little bit more carefully. I think I struggled throughout this tournament in responding to 1e4. Like, I tried many different openings, but it's like whatever I played, Magnus had the perfect line prepared. Najdorf, he was playing g3 and crushing me. Alekhine, he refrained from the 4 pawns, which I actually prepared, but it's like he had a sixth sense, and he played the most annoying line. So I would take the prep a little bit more seriously. And other than that, I'll be totally honest. I'm very proud of the way that I played. I did my absolute best. I was locked in. I didn't have the feeling that I was playing badly. I had the feeling that I was playing to the absolute best of my ability. So the short answer is nothing. I just think
I don't agree with that, by the way.
Across all time controls, and I'm more than happy to admit that.
I don't agree with that at all.
Important to be honest. We always appreciate your honesty, and I'm going to put you on a spot a little bit here, Danya.
He did not play his absolute best.
Go ahead.
Asks, who are you rooting for to win the BCC?
Who am I? No, I can't. You know, I like all three of these players equally. I'm equally deferential to them. I'm a commentator. I definitely can't reveal anything on that front. But I just want a good match, honestly. It would be great if Reza strikes. I think one thing that annoyed me a little bit is how people sometimes in the chess world are, you know, very quick to make these grand pronouncements about somebody being washed or somebody being on the decline. And I think Ali Reza has shown this tournament that he's still Ali Reza frickin' Fallujah. So I think it's going to be a really difficult match for Magnus. He might have to step up his game even more. But if he plays the way he did against me, I think we're in for an absolutely epic fight. So I didn't answer your question as usual, Robert, but I just want some good matches.
Yeah, at least go answer my text, and we're going to let you go. So do that. Also, you know, you got to get your...
Yeah, all right, you guys.